But yeah, I want to get your guys' opinion because I know I talk a lot of shit on this platform about AI. I have very strong feelings. Um, as I assume most uh, actual artists do. So like, what are some of those like classic excuses that excuse me, just had lunch. Oh, bye, Naomi. Thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you back here again. If you haven't followed, would absolutely love that, Naomi. Again, thank you for spamming that like button. You're a rock star for that. Okay, cool. Hey, how are things? Things are good. We're working on a new piece. Um, yeah, so that's how things are tonight. Get a brand new piece for Arch Enemy Arts coming up in it's August or September. I forget. It's their As Above, So Below show. So working on a brand new piece for them, uh, which I'm super stoked for. Also, just sent off uh, two pieces to New Mexico for yes, New Mexico for at Stranger Factory. Yes, I am so stoked. Had a rough start to the week of getting this piece started. Like the background finish was not behaving properly. But luckily, most of the actual drawing itself and the painting will cover up most of those problem spots that I have. So, not complaining there. Um, and then I couldn't find my new palette paper. I use a wet palette, and I could not find my replacement palette paper. So that was annoying as hell. And yeah, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Hey Deacon, thanks for joining in, Guzman. But yeah, we're doing good now. I got my palette paper. I got it all set up, so we're rocking this new painting, a 12 by 24. Uh, so yeah, that's good. I'm loving the colors, and it's sorry to hear about the. I found it like I really like. I use this. Like I said, it's a wet palette, so I specifically have my Red Grass Games palette paper, and it's like a reusable hydration membrane, and I fucking love this. What am I doing? I am painting. I'm chatting and painting. I'm trying to do both at the same time, but that does become harder at certain points in time. There we go. Sorry, got to tackle. Oh, are you? Oh, you're already as a mod. Yay! So I didn't have to re-add a mod. That's fantastic. But yeah, working on brand new painting for a show coming up later this year here in Philly. Um, I'm actually getting back to that. As far as the colors, yeah, I really wanted to lean into more of the teals, I think, for this guy. So I'm also trying to implement my specific. Granted, this isn't teal, or actually, which one was it? Was that the? That's okay. I'm actually currently using a cerulean deep hue, but also trying to work in some actual like turquoise and teals into some of the other colors of the paint. So I have like those nice teal and turquoise tones in the other colors. So like mixing the cerulean blue hue and my turquoise in with my nice dark, where is it? Raw umber to get some really nice deep, almost black tones, but not quite black tones, which I absolutely love those. It creates a rich. I'm not against using the color black as a paint, by the way. I feel like that gets a bad rap by a lot of art teachers. They never want you to use black paint for some reason. It was always something growing up that it was just a thing, and I never understood it. But it's like, it's a legit paint, so why not? Yeah, but I will say, getting those nice, deep, dark, like mixing that raw umber with your blues creates such a beautiful um dark tone. My music stopped playing. Hang on, studio Wi-Fi. Okay. We'll see something happen there with the thing. That's bizarre. Oh, yeah. OBS is still being stupid over there, but hey. But yeah, especially I'm currently working on a vulture skull in this piece. Until I get a multi-camera setup, you get a better view of the painting on YouTube and Twitch right now, because I got my actual camera up here that can see kind of over my shoulder. It's not going to give you the best view, but I'm digging it. And we got it up and running. So yeah, as far as what else we're doing, we're just it's paint and chat. It's stitch and bitch. I have, granted, it's not a stitch and bitch today because I'm not actually stitching anything. Haven't had an actual. I need to finish a piece before I can actually do any kind of embroidery on it. But hell yeah. War, thanks for joining in. More does art. You're gonna have to forgive me because I forget your first name. Like, we literally just met one time so far, and we haven't scheduled our next meetup. Has it been so? If you don't mind dropping your first name, like, because I know you, we've met, and it's weird addressing you by. Yeah, I do remember you. Yeah, you were. We met at Michelle's place, and it was great meeting everybody. But yeah, like, Lauren, thank you, Lauren. I was gonna bug me the entire night, just so you know. Has it been hard to live stream and make art at the same time? Yes, because I am torn between wanting to manage the chat and like see who's asking questions, and all that stuff, that I kind of get wrapped up in chat talking with you guys sometimes, that I don't do anything. Which legit happened last week. I got absolutely nothing done. It was a good chat session, other than some children on YouTube wanting to chat bomb the whole thing. But we got a mod over there right now managing things on YouTube. So my my niece over there, she's managing the chat for me. So she's going to be the rock star over on YouTube. Make sure none of those shenanigans happen again. But yeah, I've found out that doing lives honestly help engagement, on multiple platforms. I'm not going to say they've been make or break, but lives have definitely gotten me a few extra followers here and there. Like, I just got a new follower here on TikTok, which was awesome. I saw that come through. I got so many new followers on YouTube. I started Twitch legit just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm already at 7 followers, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like when it was only 3 weeks ago, it's like, holy crap, that's 7 new people who want to tune in, and that is crazy. Yeah, it was fun. I hope we get. I definitely want to get together. I was telling Michelle, like, when the early stages of the get together, I'm like, I feel like as the art dad persona, it is a duty of mine to host a barbecue in my backyard and not only be art dad but barbecue dad too. It feels right, and just another excuse to grill. So yeah. I always love that. It's always like I feel like my wife would love me to grill more, but it's always like, okay, getting the grill set up and then getting all the food and then getting all the prep and then doing all that, and then it's like, okay, it's so much fun to cook for more people. I feel the apartment is lacking barbecue. That's the nice thing about living in like the Northeast. It's not a big backyard, but it is still a backyard. It's a Philly backyard, but it's enough to have a grill. It's enough to have a little veggie garden, that kind of stuff, which I'm super stoked to have. Um, so always a plus with that. Music is being dumb. I want the music to play, but the music, let's disconnect it from. Oh, that's why. Let's reconnect. Sorry, I really enjoy having music playing in the background, and it's been being kind of just stupid. All right, there we go. Now we are in business. Can you play Like Him by Tyler? I am not taking music requests right now. It's just literally my liked used song playlist going on. Um, just so I have some noise in the background. So I am not doing, I apologize, but just not in the time to be managing music requests, talking to you guys, and painting and talking to you guys is already a lot. But if you have questions or anything you'd love me to answer, like I go by Art Dad for a reason. I'm here to answer questions about the art process, about doing things like that. So I will maybe look at doing music requests sometime in the future. All that stuff. I'm still a streaming baby when it comes to this. I'm still trying to learn stuff and do it the right way. Well, you've inspired me to stop scrolling. I need to get back to my painting. Hey, there you go. Leave the stream on and we can chat and paint. That's some of the nice things about doing these live streams is that you can actually talk with other artists and things like that. Does go Tyler. Okay, Tyler, like him, Tyler. I have to check it out. Like I'm always looking for new music, so I might have to ask him. Like I have so much music. Like right now, I leave in the background because YouTube is weird about wanting to do um, all the actual music. So I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube by playing copywritten music. So that's why we keep the volume very low right now, so you two can just barely hear. But we got MCR playing in the background because yes, I am a filthy emo baby from the millennial from the '90s. Come at me. But I got a bunch of stuff on it. I got Mastodon. I got Aesop Rock, not Aesop Rocky, but Aesop Rock. Fucking love his shit. I gotta get his new album still. Thanks for popping up in my feed. It's always good to see a video from you. Thank you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. You too, Lauren. Enjoy the rest of your night and get painting. So yeah. What is everybody else working on tonight? I mean, if you're scrolling, if you're lurking, I am down with that. Like that's what we're here for. I'm happy to be some form of entertainment for you guys. But like I would love to know what everybody else is working on. Like I said, I am currently working on a new piece for Arch Enemy Arts here in Philly. Um, my absolute favorite gallery in the city. If you ever get to Philly, um, it's definitely one of those that I highly recommend you check out. Always a good show, always a good group of artists showcasing there. Um, I am honestly lucky I feel sometimes to count myself among their ranks. Um, it's it's nice that I'm there. Sometimes it feels undeserved. I don't know why. Now I know why, because it's imposter syndrome at its finest. So that's why it feels undeserved sometimes. Because we all go through imposter syndrome where we're just kind of figuring out why the hell am I able to do some of this stuff. And at least with the live streaming and you guys, um, it's because you've responded. Like I'm super stoked that you have all taken me over the 1,000 um, follower threshold on TikTok, which was great. Like I'm fine. It was finally able to add a link to my website, or I guess like my link in bio site, which can take you to my website or take you to some affiliate links that I have for stuff that I get a small kickback for, which is always appreciated if you buy anything through those links. So again, just to plug it, link in the bio. You can get some of the art supplies I recommend. Um, the books that I have in my current artists library are there too. On TikTok here, like I said, I just finally unlocked the ability to have the creator shop, which is really cool, the pilot stuff. So I have some of those products, the paints I'm using, which are my golden fluid acrylics. These are my go-to paints. Um, I don't paint with anything else. They are the best paint that I have honestly had the pleasure of using. And it's the fluid acrylics, not the heavy body. They do have a high flow for more like airbrushes, if that's your thing. Okay, it is going. Just the songs playing. So yeah, what are we all working on tonight, guys? That's the way. This is a pain in chat. So I'm hoping y'all are working on something too, getting some work done on on projects that you have currently working. Thank you, War for the follow over on TikTok. That is super appreciated. Would appear you could use a boost. I always appreciate a boost. So always appreciate um, any kind of support from you guys. Like I said, I'm still in the I'm still a very tiny creator here on TikTok. Even on YouTube even smaller, and Twitch the smallest. But yeah, drinking tea while painting with watercolor. Let's see how long it takes for me to drink paint. Yeah, this is why I don't use a mug for my water cup. This is the Paint Pot one. I fucking love this. And this is not me trying to sit here shilling products. I would not make any money off of this, but I fucking love the Paint Puck. And then you don't drink your paint water. But I am a consummate brush licker, so you're going to have to deal with me licking my brush to get the point on it. I've been told that, yeah, artists have died from licking the brush and the paint, and I get it. It's not falling on deaf ears. It's a bad habit that I have yet to kick. But yeah, though I gotta ask, what kind of tea are we drinking? Oh, Fawn, your Fawn is in the swirly type, so I hope I said it right. Fawn, Red Shadow, thanks for following. Hell yeah. But what kind of tea are we drinking tonight? Like, are we a black tea kind of night? Are we herbal? Yeah, I did say it right. Yeah. Oh, Arizona iced tea. Hell yeah. The 99-cent big can, I hope. There's no other way to drink in Arizona, I feel. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I also you will all be happy to know. I know TikTok, you've been awesome so far, guys. The likes coming already at 4,000 likes. Jesus, guys, thank you. That is sick, and thank you for all the comments and everything. Um, I know, like I'm not an iced tea. Well, no, it's a lie. It's summer now, so I definitely like my iced tea in the studio. But I'm definitely more of a hot tea. Like I'll do my herbals. I'm a sucker for a good peppermint tea. This is what always happens with these lives, by the way. I go in thinking, granted, I never post a topic. I have yet to do that. I've got to start doing that. It's like, yeah, we'll talk about this. And then tangent after tangent after tangent. And that's just the way that things go. But yeah, I definitely like my herbals, but I love a good, like, English breakfast Earl Grey kind of tea. I do like a little bit of honey and a little bit of half and half. I've been overtaken by the dark side, the British side of preparing my tea. It's good. What can I say? Ugh. Almost dropped the paintbrush. That was not fun. We're also gonna get the apron on because I've already dropped my paintbrush like twice, and I'm not a fool to understand that. Yeah, I have paint on almost all of my clothes, but I'd like to keep them a little clean. Come on. All right, there we go. Well, yeah. You mean you poured your Arizona tea out of its can? That was your first mistake. Always, always leave the tea in the can, or unless you got it from a jug, which totally understandable. Unless, like, look, there have been plenty of times where I have just had a jug, like in my college days, just had a jug of Arizona tea by the desk and just drank it straight. So, missed opportunity, I guess. Like I said, I shouldn't talk because I lick my brush, so I'm like I have in my lifetime I have drank so much paint water. It's not even funny at this point in time. How are we doing on YouTube and Twitch? Looking good. Got the niece over there holding it down for me as a mod. So thank you for that again tonight. Yeah. I definitely feel like the best suggestion I have for you for not doing that is to keep your water cup and your tea on opposite ends of the desk. if at all possible. um, that's the most common sense thing I can provide for you there, Fawn. Just keeping them on opposite ends of the table so you don't dip. Because I also just make sure I have my lidded water bottle. So what are we painting? I gotta ask Fawn. I know you said you're doing some watercolor drinking tea. What are we painting tonight? What is on your drawing desk? Like I said, I've been sharing. Currently doing this massive guy. Not my biggest, but a 24 by 12-inch panel here. It's for a show As Above, So Below here in Philly later this year. The whole theme is you can view the piece from multiple different ways. So halfway through the night, they actually take all the panels and they flip them upside down. So it's multiple things. And she's OBS trying to do that. But yeah, this is the second time I've done this show. Little alien cat, and also that looks like. Thank you. I am a huge fan of cats. Most of my furry studio managers have made an appearance one time or another in my videos, so always look out for them. Hell, I think Eris was in not today's video, but yesterday's video. I saw Jackson Hiccups joining in. Thank you for joining in on the stream, guys. But yeah, that is awesome. I will have to check out your page, Fawn, because I always love following other artists, and I always want to make it a point to follow smaller creators too. Like especially like whenever I see someone below that 1,000, I definitely want to be part of the reason to help get that person over that 1,000 mark. Because like I said, getting over 1,000 so you can add your freaking website to your profile on TikTok is such a big milestone. And I know for me, for a while there, it felt like it wasn't coming. Um, but I got there. It took a year and a half to get there, but I made it to 1,000, which was super awesome. And you guys have made that possible. And now we're on the track to hit 2,000. So again, you guys kind of make that possible by just following, interacting, letting TikTok know that you like the kind of shit that I'm posting. Gotta go off frame. Paper towel time. Yeah. My fine detail brush. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, working on the shows As Above, So Below. It's either August or September, and I can't think of which day. I want to say it's August because I believe I have a month off between that and then the next show that I have a piece that I need to work on for, which is their Celestial show, which just, as the name implies, kind of like star and just space kind of related stuff. Here we go. Take out some. Oh, that's nice. There we go. Looking good. Um, Working on another piece. I have a whole another panel for that. And then I have a personal project. I have a skateboard I'm going to be working on sometime. But I got to get the projects in that are potentially going to pay me, which is always super important, prioritizing those projects first. How are we doing? Everything's looking good. The multi-chat back on. Hell yeah. Well, thank you for sharing again. I really, really appreciate you joining and sharing what you're working on. So again, thank you. Moonbell, thank you for the follow and the like. Appreciated so much. We're just having a nice leisurely chat, guys. If you are a creative, I would love to hear what you are currently working on, Moonbella. So, Matt Fox, thank you for the like over on TikTok. So yeah, keep it lighthearted here. If you are new to my platform and who I am, I'll go through the whole rigmarole again. My name's Michael. I'm a Philly artist. Philly Art Dad is the handle. Um, and I'm here to just, you know, share the knowledge that I have. I've been doing the whole professional art thing for over 15 years now. I think I'm in year 16 right now. And it's stupid to gatekeep information. Matt Fox, thank you for the follow as well. So, yeah, we're here chatting. So, if you want to share stuff you're working on, I would love to hear about it. If you have questions about what anything particular in the art world, obviously, I know a popular question is how do you get into galleries, and that's a whole conversation of itself. But 9 times out of 10, I might have already done a video on it, but I'm also here live, and I can answer those questions for you right now, which I'm always about. Like, I always like helping the community, especially like this art community has helped me so much. I want to be able to give back to that community. So again, if you got questions, what's the coolest gallery you've done? So I'm biased because I live in Philly, but my favorite gallery that I have currently been in and that I go to is Arch Enemy Arts here in Philadelphia, which is actually who I'm working on this piece for. They are just Noah and Lauren, the co-owners, and like they are amazing people. Noah's the owner actually, and Lauren is the curator. They are awesome people. It's right in Old City, Philly, like a block away from Elfreth's Alley, which, if you are familiar with Philly, it is the oldest currently populated street in the city. Like the buildings were there back in like revolutionary times, and people are still living in them. It's a great gallery, great people, great artists. So I love that I'm able to be counted among their ranks. Um, yeah, I wish I could say I got out to more galleries. Like I know Paradigm here in Philly is an amazing gallery as well. They have a print shop also. They just moved also into Old City as well. Um, I have not been to them yet because they're all the way out in New Mexico, like, and I'm kind of here in Philadelphia. Stranger Factory in Algandis, New Mexico. Awesome gallery. Awesome, again, to be counted among their ranks. Like, these are galleries that I read about in Juxtapose and High Fructose magazine, and to be counted among their ranks finally, it's weird. It's kind of a little intimidating. As I said before, it's that imposter syndrome setting in. But yeah, it's cool. So, I wish I had more. It's still one of those things where I'm like, I am happy to be a part of these galleries. There are sometimes I question why I am, but again, that's the imposter syndrome talking um, about all that. But yeah, it also helps. Like, I'll answer the question that I think everyone has about galleries, and that's, how does one get in? Still cool. It is. It is very much a strange feeling to be in these galleries that, again, I read about in magazines. I read the shows, read about the shows, other artists who are showing there. It's weird. But like I said, the best piece of advice I can get if you want to try to get into a gallery is just go. Go to the gallery, talk to people there, get to know people, and then you'll start developing a relationship with not only the other artists, it's just a kick-ass way to meet other artists, but also the owners. If you can get your foot in the door and talk with them, that's kind of how I kind of weaseled my way into Arch Enemy. I feel sometimes, because it's like I was going to a lot of the shows, talking to artists, talking to owners, the owners there, talking to Lauren and Noah, and it's like it got to a point where they just offhand me, it's like, "Hey, are you an artist?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here's my website. What do you guys think?" And it was like, oh shit, we should have your work in our gallery sometime. And now I'm there. Like, I had my first solo show. That's also another reason why I'm biased towards Arch Enemy. I had my very first solo show there. Like, I only sold one piece, but it was still such a cool and humbling experience, um, to have that. Like, it's still weird that that was something I was able to do and have this solo show. But yeah, go to galleries, talk to people. Like I said, I have met some of the coolest freaking individuals there. Um, like, my favorite story to tell about my gallery experience was going there, and I saw another, like, what I will call, for lack of a better term, another, like, quote unquote shy artist who's like, I'm going to talk to the people that I know kind of artist, and that's about it. But I introduced myself to them, and I ended up introducing myself and getting to know and becoming good acquaintances with Paul Romano. And that name probably will not, it may or may not ring any bells for anyone. But after I found out who Paul Romano was, I was like, oh shit. He did a lot of the artwork on a lot of my favorite albums, especially if you are a metal fan and you listen to Mastodon, you have seen the artwork for Leviathan, and it is an amazing piece of artwork. And he fucking painted that, and that was sick as hell. And I just got to meet so many cool people. So go to galleries, talk to people, talk to artists. They're cool people. None of us actually want to go out of our bubble, but it's really cool to get out of your bubble sometimes. And you're gonna meet some awesome people. So, yeah. And if you are not the kind of person who is good at talking to other people and introducing yourself, Cinnamon Toaster, thanks for joining. Um, Bring a friend, bring in an emotional support friend to help introduce you to other people. That's what I did. I did that with my wife, then girlfriend. I'm going to try to move the camera over there. So I'm kind of looking at the same camera instead of looking back and forth. Yeah, bring an emotional support human. They will hopefully feel less worried about making a fool of themselves because they may not like my wife's not an artist, so she has no idea. She had no idea at the time of the caliber of these other people that we were talking to, and she was just like, "I'll do it," and yeah. So I got to meet some really cool fucking artists that way, and we're good friends. I actually found out that when me and my wife bought the house we currently live in, we're now neighbors of Paul Romano and his partner Darla Jackson. They're two amazing Philly artists and good, amazing people, and they live right down the street from us, and it's cool as hell. So yeah, I'd have it no other way. It is awesome. So yeah, that is my definite piece of advice for you is for people who are just not quite sure. Go hang out with other artists at galleries. It's definitely worth it in the end. All right, there we go. Twitch is not responding. That's okay. Oh man, we are getting some painting done. That is the nice thing. All right, where is? I'll pull up my reference image again. There we go. Yeah. So I gotta ask Matt Fox. You're asking me questions. I always like to ask my community back. Anything you are currently working on tonight? Are do you create? And if you are a creative, like what are you working on? I'd love to hear it. I'm not into it. Just a sucker with no self-esteem. All right, where is my purple? I think another great piece of advice I can provide anyone who paints. Now, I use acrylics, so if you are creative too, um, try play with as much color as possible. I paint a lot of skulls, so obviously, my tans, my skull, my like more warm, like my tones like that are very can be very bland. My name's Evan. Thank you for the follow. That's awesome. We're painting tonight. We just started a new piece for a show coming up later this year. in August. I'm going to say August for now until I figure out otherwise. Yeah. Finally got 2 pieces shipped out, and I finally got started on this brand new piece, which I'm very stoked about. Love your art desk. I used to have one, but while moving from house to house, yeah, that is the thing. Like, I was definitely worried when we moved to the current place we're living. Like, I have this art desk and it's a glass top, and I'm like, I'm not effing around with trying to move this myself or have friends help me. We, in the first time in our life, hired professional movers because I was not gonna have my art desk all busted up. Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, I eventually want to get this upgraded to an actual easel. I just don't have the space right now. Eventually, going to try to get some actual home renovations in and build out the basement so I have a nice basement studio I can work in. Though even then, I think I'm going to go the route of a wall easel. Paints. Castellar Celestial oil paints. More power to you. I appreciate oil paints. Um, Not my cup of tea. I'm a very much I need instant satisfaction, so having to wait days for the oil paint to dry. Yeah, artist man cave. Yes, an artist man cave. Artist man cave slash what will essentially have to be a content studio too, because I'm yeah, I already worked on the script for it. As artists nowadays, it's another good point. As artists, we are essentially now being forced to be content creators. But on the plus side, I am looking forward to being able to create longer format videos. Like these lives are great to share part of the process, like some of the process. Um, but you're obviously only seeing in real time, and I'm a slow ass painter. So there's that. But yeah, I actually got in conversation with another artist at a show who why can't I think of it? It was an event we did, and we were just like, she brought up the conversation of like, okay, what is your least favorite medium? And at first, I was like, oh, all mediums are good, you know. There's no bad medium. And I still think that's correct. However, for me personally, fuck oil pastels. Not oil paint. Oil paint is cool. Oil pastels are the absolute fucking worst. And kudos to people who can actually make good stuff with oil pastels. I cannot. I tried and it was just atrocious. But hey, that's why I painted acrylics. So I did give watercolor a try for a while there. Actually, we did some watercolor painting prior to falling in love with acrylic paint. So I had a period of time. Oil pastels, yes, yeah. Chalk pastels are great. On it, like I love. You can blend them so easily. Like I love chalk pastels. Oil pastels suck. They suck so hard. Um, yeah, I can't. I cannot with oil pastels. Like, I understand wanting to take the medium of oil paint and make it a little easier. Very cool space art, Dad, over on YouTube. K McDuck, thank you very much. Yeah, it's my home studio. Um, as I was saying earlier, if you're just driving, hopefully going to be renovating our basement and getting some actual, like, legit studio space going on down there. What am I making, Chickenator, over on YouTube? I'm currently working on a brand new piece for a show coming up later this year, and I want to say again August, called As Above So Below. I will pop it up here. Hopefully you can see that. The whole theme of the show, As Above So Below, the concept is that halfway the piece can be viewed from two different ways. So in this case, I have two figures. One is kind of underdeveloped down here, um, but excuse me. I'm working on that. I literally just started working on this guy um, yesterday. Um, so really stoked. But what's cool about the show, as most so go halfway through the night, they'll take all the pieces and then they will flip them upside down. Like, they go through the entire gallery and flip all the pieces of work upside down, and it's really cool and really awesome. Like a playing card suit. Yeah, exactly. I actually toyed around with the idea of doing kind of a playing card style, but I really didn't want to tackle a playing card. It was like, it felt, I don't want to say derivative, but like that's kind of the thing. Like, yeah, playing cards are that. Um and they're cool, and I've seen some really great ones in the show, so I'm not knocking that kind of stuff because it's really cool and it's really great. I just didn't want to do a playing card this year. I don't know. I had it in my mind of this long panel. This is 12 by 24 panel that I'm currently working on. Um, and it was originally going to be a piece that was upright like this, but I couldn't get the story that I wanted of these two characters in a format that fit this kind of orientation. So that's when we kind of switched to this orientation. And honestly, I'm glad. It's super cool. Like, I worked through like 5 different thumbnail sketches in the sketchbook of how this one would turn out. And I'm glad I ended up where I did. It allows me to have enough real estate for both of these characters um, to exist. It's like essentially like making two 12 by 12 paintings that are interacting with each other. Um, I do also embroider all my paintings, so I have this idea of like they're going to be even further connected with embroidery later on. So I'm stoked to get that in there. Yeah. Also on YouTube, K McDuck and Chicknader over on YouTube. Thank you for hopping in over on YouTube. It was been quiet over there for an hour, almost an hour so far. Always love making canvases horizontal instead of vertical. Yes. Especially when they're like thinner like this one, though I'm excited to work on, like, since this one's horizontal, like, I do got, thank you Chickenator, I do appreciate that. I did get a raw blank skateboard that I am dying to paint. I already have like a rough thumbnail sketch for this guy, and maybe in the not so distant future, after I get this painted, I might be looking at getting some actual printed skate decks to sell. That would be cool as hell, and that would be sick. Yeah. The current concept for this guy is one of my favorite artists, Aesop Rock, has a song "Crystal Sword" off of his album Spirit. Spirit World Field Guide. And like I said, it's called Crystal Sword. So I'm just like, okay, I'm imagining this amazing, like this central sword that is made of crystals. That's kind of this gateway, with a tiny figure. Like the sword's being held and wielded by this titan of a figure. Still got to figure out the animal head representation because all my characters are represented by some kind of animal. Yes, I love that song. I have Impossible Kid. Actually, yeah, the Impossible Kid album was the album that introduced me to Aesop Rock, mainly because of the artist who did the cover art, um, Alex Party. I fucking love that guy's artwork, and they had he had a article in Juxtapoz magazine about his work and working with Aesop Rock, and it turned me on to Aesop Rock as an artist. Now, I've gotten like back issues to re-releases. I got the Skeleton re-release. I have not picked up his new album, but yeah, Kirby is such a great song. Gotta love a rap song about a little kitty. I love that. So, all right, we're changing it up. I had just my generic liked songs playing right now because just keeping it up. But now I actually do want to listen to some Aesop Rock. So thank you, K McDuck, for that. Aesop Rock. This is Aesop Rock. Yeah, we got war going on. Actually, no, but I love it. I'll have to check out that album art. Yeah, the album art for the album that Curry's on is called The Impossible Kid. Again, another reason I also respect um, Aesop Rock is because of the work he does with artists. Like he loves artists mainly because I think in that album, Impossible Kid, the song Rings, one of my absolute favorite songs, is actually about Aesop Rock's journey in trying to be an artist. Like he actually talks about in the song going to art school, not really getting it, and it was such an interesting song to listen to as an artist because like everything he was talking about, it's like, yeah, I can fucking relate to legit a lot of that stuff. So definitely. I see Mena56 over on TikTok. Thank you for the follow. And Joaquin Herrera, thank you for the like on the live. Super, super appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I highly recommend checking out the entire Impossible Kid album, especially the song Shrunk, which is the song right before Kirby on the album. It literally is an entire piece where he's talking about therapy and doing all that. And at the end of the therapy session, they end with, I don't know, maybe get a kitten. And it immediately leads into Kirby. And I love it. The piece of yours, I'm saying. Yeah. I was gonna say, if you try, especially like with that, the artwork for Spirit World Field Guide is even cooler. K McDuck, like that is again some amazing artwork that he has on all of this. Even hell, even going back to his album Skeleton. I'm nerding out about music right now, guys. This is what happens. I have a topic, and then we always get so far off topic, and I'm down for it. Yeah. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, and like weirdly enough, like I said, like I love Skeleton album. Like Nichos is the artist for that album cover, amazing. But yeah, I like Aesop Rock's work. Like music is really awesome for just inspiration too. Like I love listening to his stuff because he's so eclectic with his wording. Like I actually watched a YouTube video where he said like the average hip hop song generally like the unique word count is like 50, somewhere between 50 and 90 unique words per song. Nerd rap is fantastic. I do like MC Chris. Yeah. It's corny and cringy sometimes, but I love MC Chris, okay? But I think with Aesop Rock, for on average, every song has about 250 to 300 unique words per song, and it's mind blowing. Just such a good lyricist. Cast- Casteller Celestial over on TikTok. I love my teacher from college. Was able to take oil painting, watercolor, ceramics, glass blowing. That's such a good point. You bring up a good point, and this is something I've always hear a lot of young artists struggling with. Is is going to art school worth it? Like like you, uh, Casteller. Like I went to college. I went to Kutztown University. Granted, I went for art education initially. The goal was to be an art teacher, but things didn't work out. Jobs were not available at the time, so we moved on. But one thing I will say as a plus for college, because like I will first and foremost, college is not going to be for everybody. Um, Case in point, another art friend of mine, Michelle Avery Kosniak, she goes by Velvet Mush on her socials on YouTube. You can find her as Velvet Mush. She's Velvet Mush on Instagram. I think she might have a TikTok. I don't know, so don't quote me on that. But she never went to college for. I think she started and then she dropped out, but she has had a successful artistic career. But I know for me, one of the things that absolutely made college worth it for me was being able to experience different mediums in art. So yeah, I loved taking like acrylic painting was kind of boring for me as a class, but I really loved. I did non-loom and like actual weaving fibers, and that was a really weirdly transformative time for my artwork. Like a lot of the all the pieces that I currently do have some form of embroidery in them. So like I actually will drill holes through because like these are wood panels. So I will drill holes through the panels and actually embroider on elements that will add a whole different layer to the piece. And if I didn't go to college, I wouldn't have had that experience, and that would not be such a pivotal portion of my artwork. So, yeah, again, college is great for finding your voice and experimenting with new mediums, but it's not for everybody. For me, just went to the community college, was able to go to grants, started really young, got an associate, went on for my bachelor's, but having to pay out. It is, and that's I think another barrier that a lot of young artists don't have. Eden sending me 3 roses. Thank you, Eden. You are now the second person to ever give me gifts, Eden. That means so much to me because it means I actually get to do this stuff. And yeah, thank you. I don't get a lot of gifts on here, and that's super appreciative. So thank you so much. Um, but yeah, what medium are you doing now? A random library found scroll. I'm a follow. Hell yes, Eden. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the follow. I super appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna start going live to figure things out in Freshly 18. Yeah, live has been fun. It's definitely given me a brand new experience of that. Again, thank you for 2 more roses, Eden. You are amazing. Um, Mirazina X over on YouTube. I do see your question. I will get to it as well. It is all good. Thank you for being a new viewer. Don't worry, ignorance. I love talking about what we're doing here. But again, Eden, Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. Super appreciated. It just means I get to do this more, and that makes me super freaking happy. Mirazinex over on YouTube. What medium am I working on now? I am currently working in acrylic paints. It's been my preferred medium for like, I think I started doing acrylic really hardcore probably like 2017, 2018. So we're coming up on 10, almost 10 years of working in that medium. I did watercolor for a little bit before. But yeah, I do acrylic paint. Actually, I'm going to step over to the wall over here because I talked about what I do. We'll go with this guy. This one is an older one from, 2018. So I was at least doing acrylic painting back in 2018. So this is an older piece that I did. It's acrylic paint. It's wood panels. And one of the things, like I mentioned before, I embroider on wood. So you can see, it's hard to see here, but like these portions are the embroidery, but when you flip it around, all of this color on the back, that's the thread. That's just the thread that is put through the actual panel to give this whole design. It adds like this really cool, really interesting 3D element. Thank you, Mirazina. I appreciate it. So yeah, this was kind of like a lot of the beginning stuff. They were very much still life kind of focused. So like a skull, I was really into mushrooms. Skulls I've always been into because I was a millennial growing up in the fucking 90s. I drew skulls. That was a thing. It's just now I have a skull collection over here off camera to support it and use as reference. But I was really into mushrooms a lot. So I think painting mushrooms was kind of me being like, I don't want to paint the traditionally pretty flowers. So I used mushrooms as that stand-in. If you're an art history nerd like me, you also notice some of the influences of Georgia O'Keeffe, who did a lot of flowers, a lot of skulls. So that's stuff that I've brought into like that influence. I in my own style kind of thing. I gotta dust these off too. I got dirty ass art hanging on the walls that just sits there. But now I'm gonna go hang this back up because I don't want it to get damaged. I like this piece. So yeah, the current stuff that I've been working on is a lot more character driven. Yes, it is a wood panel. Yeah, like you can kind of see it. You can see the wood grain back there, but yeah, I get wood panels. So yeah, definitely when I drill through it, like I'm drilling, like canvas, I did actually paint on canvas for a bit of time. And it's great, but one of the things about canvas is it wears out a lot over time. It will loosen up, so you have to constantly put like little stretcher pieces in to keep the actual stretcher bars tight. You don't have to worry about that with a wood panel, but obviously when you're going to embroider it, the thought process needs to be a little more direct, and I have to have everything pretty much planned out. So I have to actually drill everything out when I do that. So I paint everything first, and then I go back, take a picture with my tablet, my iPad, and work on the actual design that I'm going to do with that. I mean, I don't know what the Jackrabbit Army is, Jackrabbit Queen, so you can pitch it to me over on TikTok. But like right now, we're just painting, we're chatting. Granted, we're more chatting than painting right now. But hey, I gotta say, it's been a very active chat tonight, guys, and you have been really freaking awesome. Also depends on if you make the canvas or if you buy it. Yeah, exactly. Also, Jackrabbit Queen, thank you for the follow. Super appreciated. And the likes. Again, I love it. Um, yeah, I have seen some great canvases. Also, the other thing, and I'm working on a video going on like the pros and cons of canvas versus panel. Um, I think obviously I mentioned durability. Wood panels are a lot more durable. I'm leaning on my panel right now because I can, because it's sturdy. If this was a canvas, this thing would be stretched to hell just by this. And I'm genuinely leaning on it. Add mist of water on pre-made to help tighten the canvas, to help the sagging. I like that idea. Definitely during the process that works. But obviously, I'm also thinking about storage too. So storing canvases is a lot, depending on how you store them. That's a big thing because if you're just storing them upright, you do run into the risk of, if you accidentally bump into something, you could puncture it. And then that canvas, you can repair it. I'm not saying you can't repair it. You can absolutely repair a canvas, but that's a lot of time. Now, I will say one of the benefits, if you do make your own canvases and you actually put it, I have seen artists take the canvas off of the stretchers and roll it up. That is smart. That's definitely something you cannot do with a wood panel. A wood panel is the shape it is. It's not going to get any smaller, which is why, honestly, a lot of the pieces that I have done on wood are hanging up on the wall over there because that's literally the only way I can store them is by hanging them up. Um, I do have some shelves that store my fresh panels. Camera, why do you keep adjusting that you want me to be in frame like that? You gotta stop it. Um, where are you? Where are you, K McDuck? I don't know if you can hear, but Kirby is currently playing. It came up in the rotation right now, so there you go. Um, so yeah, there's a lot. There's benefits to each. There's detriments to each between canvas and panel. Like I said, I have just found I like panels a lot more. Um, and that's just for me. Also, I feel part of it is when I actually showcase my work and people see the embroidery on it, it's a hell of a lot more impressive once they realize it's embroidery on a wood panel. And that's huge. And a lot of people are like, oh, oh. It makes the actual act of embroidery a lot more impressive to the people and potential buyers. So it wasn't my initial thought process when I switched to panels, but it's definitely a new reason I like working on my panels. Sorry, guys. We have a very young boy who is waiting for bedtime. Um, so, any extra noise in the background you may or may not be hearing is from a very excited slash tired 3-year-old. You're also now giving me an idea because I crochet two now more, so I now want to try. Yeah, I don't know how you would incorporate crocheting. I don't know how you would appropriately incorporate that, but I'd be intrigued to see how you do that. I'm going to end up going. A lot of you guys who have been commenting, I do go through and I do just, especially on TikTok, I go through and I'm like, ooh, who commented? Who did what? Let me go check out the stuff they've been working on. Uh, and we'll go from there. Just I love trolling what you guys do because again I appreciate you guys hopping in onto these lives, asking questions, leaving comments. It's super appreciative um, in everything that's going on here. So again, thank you for everyone who has commented, everyone who is currently on here, everyone who's going to comment. But that would be cool. I'll have to lurk over on your page, Castella, to check out how that works because that is really super interesting. Stephanie Gonzalez, thank you for the follow. That's super awesome over on TikTok. Um, yeah, I don't know. If you're working on a canvas, it could be easier. But again, with crocheting, you do have that. Actually, um, for an artist for you, Costellar, to check out Caitlin McCormick. She's another, like, I think she lives in Philly still. Um, but she is another fiber artist, and I think it's crochet that she does. She actually crochets like some of the favorite pieces I do. She crochets these little tiny bird skeletons, and they're beautiful. So check them out. Um, and that's going to be some amazing, cool inspiration, hopefully for you, Casteller. So yeah, like I said, her name is Caitlin with a Caitlin. McCormick. Um, Definitely recommend checking her stuff out to hopefully direct you in a way to do some of that stuff. So, super good suggestion. Again, this is why I do this. I want to share this knowledge base I have with you guys. That's what this is all about. This is why our dad became a thing. Um, so yeah. Oh man. What time we're at? 7:08. It's been a good stream, guys. Thank you so much again for being awesome tonight. We had a really weird stream last week on, especially on YouTube. We got comment bombed by some children who just wanted to be disruptive and just spam some not so nice shit. So I do appreciate um, everyone who's been here and been really awesome. Is there some way to support you on YouTube side apart from subscribing? Um, so yeah, obviously subscribing is a big part, Mirazina. So if you have subscribed, appreciate that. Um, Watching and sharing the videos is always a classic one. I generally do just um, that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, Jay, absolutely not. Um, so sharing videos, commenting on videos, it just lets the algorithm know that, hey, you like what I'm posting and doing that kind of stuff. Um, Another thing I suggest is if you go to my profile on YouTube, there's a link in there, the link in my bio. It will take you to, I have my recommended art supplies linked there, and I have my artist library suggestions linked in there. Making those are all affiliate links, so purchasing any of that kind of stuff through those affiliate links will also help out in the long run too. Just again, it's a small percentage kickback on those things, but it does help out, you know, keeping the proverbial lights on here in the studio. Because yeah, that's definitely one thing. So yeah, follow, like the videos when you see them, comment. Like I said, I post pretty much every Monday and Friday on all my platforms. With the occasional Wednesday video. Today was one of those things. Wednesdays tend to be more like meme-ish videos, if that. Tips. I'll definitely tune back in another time. Check out. And yeah, and as far as tune back in, we try to keep the streams every Wednesday night. So I am here starting around 5:30 ish, going till whenever. We generally do like a 2 hour stream because I also got a 3-year old over in the next room who goes to bed in about 30 minutes. So I try to turn down the volume and keep things a little chill in the studio after that. So yeah, appreciate it. Again, any and all support. Like it doesn't I know like some of these things like don't seem like much like following and liking, but in the long run what that does, Mirzina, is let the algorithm and let YouTube and all these other social platforms know that hey, this is content that I like and I want to see this content and more content like it in the future. Castello Celestial over on TikTok, because thinking it could be a border or frame wise, like what they do for the cart. Yes, that's cool. Definitely. I like that idea. Again, I'm probably going to start, I'm going to go over after this stream's over. Castello, I'm going to go over to your profile over on TikTok and I'm going to lurk around. You may or may not get a new follower tonight because of that. So I'm stoked. Uh, Definitely want to check that out. One of the things I need to start actually plugging this. I am working on. It's mostly ready an actual Discord server. I want to actually start, hopefully within the next month or so, doing every now and then, like maybe once a month, doing an actual art critique where you guys can submit either work in progress art, finished art, and we can look at it together, talk about it, and give constructive feedback. Like, I don't want art to be. I don't want these to just be like, let's roast and shit, like shit on everyone. Unless you want me to roast you, like I will absolutely try my damnedest to roast your art. But I always feel that constructive criticism is the best option when it comes to that. So that's definitely going to be something I think in the next I want to say by the end of summer, beginning of fall. I would like to start doing some actual live critiques where we do that. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably start if you would like to receive an early invite to one of the to the Discord server, I would be more than happy to drop you a link. Castello, it sound like I feel like you'd enjoy it, so I might be just doing that. I don't have much on this one. I get more on my other TikTok. Sage Black Rose is in my main art one. Do me a favor, Castello. Shoot me a DM with that because accessing all the chat logs from these on TikTok is maybe I'm just not accessing the catalog, like the back end right, but shoot me a DM and I will absolutely check that out. Sage Black Rose. That's sick. So yeah, appreciate that. And again, I look forward to checking out the crochet stuff that you'll potentially be incorporating into your paintings. That is awesome. And again, like I said, the artist is Caitlin McCormick. Send me the DM and I can also drop her information there for you so we can share. Again, this is what we do. We don't gatekeep information. We share whatever we can. Enjoy that and can do. And I know it's a headache trying to look at stuff. Yeah, the app is not that bad to manage, but it could be better. Like I always like I said, I just unlocked the creator store like on TikTok here. Like I have some actual like suggested products that I actually use. Like a lot of the paints you'll find on there, the chair that I'm sitting in, I actually bought through the TikTok shop. So the Bratty Batty just stopped to show some love. Thank you so much. Super appreciated. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the comment. Libratty Batty. So hell yeah, love it. Um, but yeah, so trying to find. Hell yeah, no, take your time, Castel. I appreciate it. But where was I? Yeah, navigating the TikTok app is always an adventure because I figure out where something is and then I lose it, and then I got to go back around ass about way to get it. So it is what it is, guys. Um, And God knows what's going to happen if and when TikTok is sold to whoever and whatever bullshit changes. I am not looking forward to it, but I still want TikTok to be around because it's been a good app. Um, so yeah, it's definitely helped me grow this platform a lot more. Um, I had I've had an Instagram for so damn long, and I'm just broke 900 followers over there like a month ago. And I've had that for ages. Like I don't know how many years, but I have had TikTok for a month and a fucking half, and I'm already past 1,000 followers, and that's insane. And I love that. Sage Black Rose, welcome back, and on your other account. So hell yeah, that is super cool. So I will definitely make sure to go check your stuff out, Sage. Um, yeah. Whoop. To lag on screen. Okay. Oh, I am apparently just sitting still and talking too much. TikTok is yelling at me that I am not giving enough action, so I'm going to try to paint again. We're having good conversations. This is what live's all about. It's like just communicating with you guys. Though I should get shit done. Like, yeah, come on. But yeah, no, lives have definitely been a game changer in this being in this community because I'm able to talk with you directly. The videos are good and sharing ideas are good, but I only do like maybe 2 minutes of video. Being able to talk to you live is so great. And the all ink jelly roll pens. Yeah, yeah. I would love to be sponsored too. I'm like, I know one of the things that I want. Like, I love Trekell panels and pencils. They have their pro team, and I would love to be part of that pro team eventually. I'm hoping that by growing this platform, I can get the actual, um, backing and things that be like, hey, this guy would be great for our pro team because like the Obanoth on is part of the pro team. Her work absolutely amazing. I actually have her Trekell brush set. These nice green golden Taklon brushes. Absolutely love that stuff. Andrew Kadima is another pro team member there that I love. So yeah, trying to get sponsored would be great. That's why I use a lot of I try to do affiliate links, though I don't do Amazon affiliate links because Amazon's affiliate program is a pain in the fucking ass. I do a program, a thing called Benable, which I'm going to call you Sage now because Sage is so much easier than trying to say Castellar every time. Benable is an awesome platform for affiliate links because where Amazon, it's like your affiliate links are through Amazon, and especially nowadays if you really don't want to support like mega corporations like that. Um, Benable might be more up your alley because like a lot more stores. There are still a lot of bigger stores, but like I can now get affiliate sales and affiliate links through Dick Blick Art or Barnes and Noble and things like that. Ace Hardware for a lot of the tools that I use. So again, we don't gatekeep here. Yeah, Trekell. Like I said, though, these are like when I really want to feel bougie and spend the money. Trekell is the brand that I generally go with. And yeah, the Obanoth collab brushes were awesome. I don't think they have them anymore. I see that one guy following. Thank you for the follow, that one guy. Um, but I'm not against like cheap brushes. Like Royal and Langnickel Majestics are a great cheap or like budget friendly brush alternative. Um, Yeah, this is the Mini Majestic for those on YouTube as well. These are a really good brand of brushes. and I recently, just to test them out, Golden Maple. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 10-pack of round bullet tip brushes. That was like $12. These things were surprisingly good for $12. I'll credit where credit is due. I think I'm gonna have to do a video, like a general like review on these, to actually like give them credit because they're not bad. I think that's another thing I'd love to do more with the creator program here on TikTok is you can get a lot of these samples and they're refundable samples. So like, hey, once you make so many sales off of it, but I don't want to just get a sample and be like, I got to make a video and I have to talk it up and be really good because I don't like that. I want any review of a product to be genuine. I like, would I use this? Would I not use this? Like, is it good for the price? Is there a better option? And I'm worried that if I do any of those kind of samples and start shit talking them because I'm like, it's good, but there's better options for the price, I might not get any more samples. So that's why a lot of like, if you go to my profile on YouTube, on a TikTok, hell, even in this live, I have a lot of the products. A lot of them are art books, but they're also art books that I already have a copy of that I personally bought. So we're good there. And same things with like the paint. Like I have my golden acrylics, like the only acrylic paint that I really use. That is on there. Stuff like that. Ooh, for my go-to, a bit costly depending on what you're doing. Master's Touch as a type. Is that a type of brush, Sage? The Master's Touch? I would have to check it out. Like I always love doing that. So you're leaving me suspense here, Sage. Is the Master Touch a brush? Turquoise. There we go. Art brand. They do brushes, paints, paper, and markers, but I don't recommend the grayscale. Good to know. I'll have to check them out. So Master's Touch. Yeah. I'll check them out. I definitely feel like they got a high standard for me, especially with my golden acrylics, but I will definitely, they tend to bleed the oil in them way after the fact. Okay, good to know. Well, it's a good thing I don't use oil paints. Because, yeah, like I said, I'm definitely an acrylic guy. But yeah. Yeah. I've also found like as far as for the markers. Okay, good. Never mind then. Still, I don't do a lot of marker work either way. I've never really gotten to a very to more of an illustrative. Like I'm definitely uh, that painterly feel. The paints never had a problem with them. Okay, are they? Do they? I assume they have acrylic paints because I assume like I know you. Um, with all that, I think you said you did oil, and I apologize if I'm misremembering. Like I said, we are going into like we are halfway through hour 2 of this stream, so I'm like, I may be remembering for someone else, Sage, and I apologize. Um, but like they got a high marked hit with my golden acrylics and the like the fluid acrylic water and acrylic paints. The secondary question: acrylic paints. Do they just have like one style body? Because like I know with acrylic they have like my golden acrylics they have heavy body acrylics. They have my fluid acrylics, which are my go-to, and then they also have a high flow, which is more of a airbrush style paint. So I'd love to know that. JJ Rotten Hazel told me to give a sub. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hell yeah, thank you. I'm glad my mod is doing her job over on YouTube. Hell yeah. Great. Cool. Thank you for the sub, JJ. Super appreciate it. And I know I know we're talking about like all the different types of paints. I know for myself with my acrylics, I tend to treat them more like watercolors though, because I don't know, I like doing the glazing over top of that, so I can alter the shade of the colors just slightly. Like right now, I've got a lot of the colors for like the bone tone. Oh, god damn it. On the actual piece, and I'm like, okay, I need to add some more depth. Um, yes, yo, Jace, thank you for the like and welcome in. And hey, appreciate you being a follower, Jace. Thank you so much. I see that. Um, so yeah, I definitely like the glazing process of acrylics to subtly change the tint. It gets a lot more depth. I really enjoy that as like my preferred style choice with all this. Linseed oil mixing with mineral spirits or water. For the glazing, kind of. I do tend to use water for the glazing just because it's easier, but I do also have a glazing liquid. Um, Depending on what I want to do, depends on how much pigmentation I want to get. But yes, um, yeah, you got it. You nailed it on the head there, Say. But I definitely like the being able to like get some nice opaque colors. Um, and then just being able to thin out the paint and get some really amazing like just tonal shifts in the sage. They do have gloss and matte finish paints too. Good to know. I don't know if I'm like I need gloss or matte. Um, Mainly because I end up varnishing, and that kind of like knocks any like if it's matte, then it's already and it's gloss varnish now. But that's good to know. I have not actually played because Golden also has a whole line of matte acrylics too. Um, I just haven't taken the dive into it. I also have enough things like let me see if I can wheel it over and get it in frame here. Like my favorite piece of IKEA furniture here, the Raskog, is clutch. But like I have a bunch of like my medium tubes. I've got my big ass tube of titanium white, and this isn't even the biggest tube of paint you can get from Golden. The Art Caddy X3, all the supplies, all the more. Hell yeah. I love this thing. Like, this is, again, this is my absolute favorite piece of for art furniture. Honestly, the art desk is great. Like, this thing is awesome. This is my most important piece of art furniture. Is the art caddy, like the Raskog. Like, I love it. IKEA for the win there. But yeah, like if I had, I think top three pieces of art furniture, I think would have to go art caddy first in first place. Um, Chair, the chair I'm currently sitting in, that is in second place. and then the actual drawing table in third place. I say chair in second place over the table because my ass is occupying the chair for the entire session. The table is a table is a table. Like, yes, it's great that it leans up and down, but having a really nice, comfortable chair is important. Um, and that's a big part of it. Um, Also, things I've learned over with chairs, buy an ergonomic chair. Again, I think I have one linked in the link in my bio and here on TikTok as well. So no matter where you are, if you're viewing on YouTube or Twitch, or if you're on TikTok, you should be able to find it. Ergonomic chairs are good. Gaming chairs are not good for painting sessions. I had a gaming chair, and it was uncomfortable while I was painting. So ergonomic chair, and then yeah, I love my drawing desk, but like I said, it's third place in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I should paint. I need to paint. You guys have been great. You've been all been awesome. The questions have been great. I love every single one of you who came in. The gifts haven't that you guys have been given, the comments, the likes, the follows, everything. What games do I play? You want digital or analog, Mirazina? Because like I am a video gamer and I am a tabletop gamer. If we're gonna go digital first, God, too many. I think my all-time favorite series of games is the Borderlands series. I've played through the OG Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel Borderlands 3. I'm looking forward to Borderlands 4. I just got to upgrade. Like I just got to debate because I'm a console player, so I just gotta either decide to upgrade my consoles finally to be able to play it, or get it on my desktop to unshrimp and do hand stretches. Yes. I have a bunch of compression gloves, wrist gloves. Yeah, I do stretch. Um, God, yeah. But I'm currently, as far as games, Mirazina, I'm currently playing through Mass Effect. I have the Legendary Edition, so I'm playing through the first Mass Effect. It's dated. It's a good game. It's a solid game. Um, I love it. I recently finished up. I played The Witcher 3, another solid game. What else did I recently finish? Tomb Raider, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I love the current day Tomb Raider game. Mass Effect is my favorite series. It is a good game. I think my biggest complaint with Mass Effect right now is, especially at least the first one, and hopefully it gets better in 2 and 3, is that it feels like whenever I am going to explore some of these systems and the current other worlds in the system, it just gets a lot of the samey. Like, okay, here's a base, and the base layouts are always the same. You go in down a hall, you get a room. There's a door that leads into a larger room where there's a fight, and then there's a few like two back rooms, and it's always the same fucking layout. So I'm hoping the level change gets better in as the series goes along. But love the games, love the game, love the story. Haven't really been a Dark Souls player, Mirazina. I don't know. I am a casual gamer at most. I like playing the game for the story more so. So I know there's can be good stories with Dark Souls, but it's just like I just it feels too punishing. It feels too. It does get better, at least in my opinion, and love that it's made by a vet. That is cool. I did not know that, so sick. Um, so yeah, I'm generally like I'm down to give anything a try with video games. As far, but like I said, I am also a tabletop gamer. D&D, like I was introduced to Dungeons and Dragons in college actually, but like I have a whole collection of like indie RPGs. I think my favorite non D&D RPG, especially like when the whole thing with the OGL came out with D&D, um, that was a whole thing, and it made me want to get into other RPGs. And Morkborg is my absolute favorite. Fair. The story is very hidden in the items. That is another thing, Mirazine, with Dark Souls. Like, there's a cool story, but you have to read all the actual like descriptions of the items and little things. There's also a comic series with it, and D&D OWO. My attention is peaked. Hell yeah, yeah. Morkborg. It is a fantastic little gritty, grimy death metal RPG. I love it. It's the first game I ran as a GM, and it is great. The artwork, like, even if you do, even for those of you who are not on this stream who are not absolute nerds, Morkborg is one of my favorite, like, just secret art books. Like the Johan Nor, just the layouts in these books are amazing. Like, they are just so cool to flip through. Um, but yeah, super easy to run. The artwork is cool. It's gritty. It's grimy. Um, Highly recommend this. Yeah, and one of the things I love about the Morkborg community, there are so many hacks for this game. Like, just looking on my shelf right now, I have Pirate Borg, so a whole reskin of Morkborg, but for pirates with specific nautical classes. I have Vast Grim, which is a sci-fi Morkborg, so in space with like brain worms and things like that. Hell Knight, where you play a demon biker in hell. Again, super cool. Um, yeah. Oh, what's this? This one I most recently, Farewell to Arms, World War Morkborg. So cool shit. Indie RPGs are so damn cool, and just have opened up a new obsession with myself. Mothership is another great one. Again, some fantastic artwork. Um, a little more difficult to run, in my opinion, but still good. I haven't run it yet, but one of the ones I had to pick up was Eat the Reich. It's all pre-made characters. Okay, I legit did not know that was what Morkborgs meant. So it makes sense because, yeah, Johan Nor is a Swedish artist. Um, but hell yeah, Dark Castle. Fuck yeah, good. You learn something new every time. Thank you for that, Mirazina. Um, but yeah, I have an indie RPG, Eat the Reich, from Rowan. I forget the actual thing, but you play a vampire that is dropped into Nazi occupied France. And your goal is to suck the blood of as many Nazis and eventually suck the blood and kill Hitler. So, hell yeah. Fun shit. And I think we're going on this RPG tangent because you got me here. Thanks, Mirazina. Um, I want to run it because I'm a huge fan of the podcast, Old Gods of Appalachia. Um, love the podcast. If you love folk horror, highly, highly recommend checking it out. It is some great. Um, it's a fantastic piece of horror media, um, from people who actually live and grew up in Appalachia, which is cool as hell. Like, I've always lived Appalachia adjacent. Like, I grew up in the suburbs of Philly, now living in Philly. So it's one of those things, but super cool. And the stories are so good. So yeah, if you need recommendations, Old Gods. I just got a new D&D book that's by a local author, and the artist is it's based on tales from. Ooh, I like that. I like fifth edition's good. Don't get me wrong. But again, like the whole OGL debacle and things with Hasbro have kind of put a sour taste in my mouth with actual Dungeons and Dragons. But that's the problem there. There are so many cool third party creators that do some cool shit, which is why like the OGL debacle that went there kind of pissed me off for the longest time, because I'm like, you have these amazing artists and creators who want to provide amazing work to go with your games, and then you're like, cool, that's cool, that we like it, we now own it. I'm like, that pisses me off. But again, that's why I kind of got into like the Mork board trend, because like the creator Johan Noor was just like, his whole thing was like, I want you guys to make that. Here's all he even provided, like, here's fonts that I used for the original Mork board. Just a whole like design package to creators so they could create their own Morkborg hacks or zines or things like that. He was very just like, go unto the world. Here's also a logo that is approved by me that you can put on your books as my seal of approval that says this works with Morkborg. Hate that. Let the stuff be free. And he's exactly. Or at least, or not free, but let the creators make money off of their own product instead of trying to take a cut. That I think is the better one. Pay the artists, pay the creators. Um, but yeah, I do understand where you're coming from, Sage. That's wording in this this scenario is very, very important, I think. But yeah. Oh, what time is it? All right. Hell yeah, guys. This has been a good stream. People need info. Don't put it behind it. Yes. Agreed. Oh yeah, yeah. No. Don't paywall information, but obviously, like, if like a supplement for D&D like that, definitely pay the artist. I love that. But I also like the artists who are like the creators for those are like, hey, here's a big supplement I created, but also here's like a free monster stat sheet. I think those are cool. Like, sprinkle in that intrigue, like, here's some cool free shit. If you like this free shit, buy my big thing. Mirazino over on YouTube. It's kind of fun as a Swede to learn about Swedish artists and creations that have reached so far outside the country. Well, first off, thank you for, I think you were my first Swedish viewer, Mirazina. Thank you, and being the first. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was introduced to Morkboard actually through another YouTuber, Black Magic Craft. Again, a lot of miniature, a lot of terrain building stuff. I am a nerd at heart. I might eventually actually do, like, once I'm done working on pieces, a mini painting stream too, because I'm a big board game player, and I have a board game I backed on Kickstarter called Lobotomy 2. Say I already backed the first one, but you play inmates in an asylum trying to escape. So I'm painting up some little dudes that are my inmate patients. Um, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was introduced to Morkborg via Black Magic Craft about the whole thing. And I was just like, oh shit, this is a cool ass game. And yeah, and then to learn more about the artist, I actually do want to get Johan Noor's art book. It is amazing. Yo on Twitch. Hang right there, buddy. Stop. Go back. I'll be back over there, buddy. Back. I know. I'll be right there, buddy. I might have to pause the stream here really quick, guys, because I gotta go do bedtime. But over on Twitch, Low Base Guy from the Webcrave is sending a hype. Are you guys sending me over a hype train on TikTok? Because that is sick as hell. Delucia Digital Photography over on that. Eagle Master Arts over on Twitch. Oh fuck! You're You're my first raid, guys. Over on Twitch, I have just been raided, guys. That is so awesome. Yeah, but if people to yo, thank you for the love over on Twitch. I'm gonna go pop out of the door, give my little guy. Hey Mimi, thanks for hopping in. First raid, yeah, low base guy. Hell yeah, you're coming right at the kid's bedtime, so I'm gonna pop over, give him a hug and a kiss goodnight, and then I'll be right back. So hang in there, guys. Eagle Master over on TikTok as well. So far over there, hell yeah! Fuck yeah! I'll be right back, guys. You couldn't have picked a better time for a raid, guys. I gotta get. Dude, I've been trying to raid for like 2 weeks. We end up just Yes, stick around, guys. I will be right back. I will be. You hang right here, guys. I'm back. All right. Okay. Whew. Eagle Master over on TikTok too. Howdy. Hell yeah. Yeah, please. It goes without saying, like, your guys' support over on all my platforms helps out. Hold up. Okay. I'm trying to catch up. We'll be here. Yeah, thank you for the raid. That's super sick. Like I said, I literally just started the Twitch maybe a few weeks ago, so that's awesome that you guys have been kind of hoping. And yeah, I've kind of been dropping off. I've generally been stopping the stream kind of around this time because that's when bedtime is for the little dude. So I gotta say goodnight, do all that. While the cat left, they come in and out now that like the wife's gonna go to bed, so one's probably gonna go there. There'll be more cats. Don't worry, little base guy. I saw a minifigure, so I'm already pumped to see this. Yeah, like I said, I am in art just so, like. All right, God, this has been so much. Okay, we are an art channel. We paint art. That's my main shtick. I am an artist. Art dad is my thing. I provide information. God, the raid, you're killing me, guys. Like, that's what Art Dad is all about. I'm here to share my knowledge that I have essentially collected over 15 years of painting. But I am a fucking nerd. And yeah, I paint minis. This is from a board game, Lobotomy 2. So, yeah. And the Eagle Master, thank you for sharing the live on TikTok with more than five of your friends. Super sick. I'm now staying on. Boom. Awesome Sage joining on Twitch as well. Fuck yeah. Follower. And and you guys got my 10. Guys, all right. Well, we're here now, so they get us to play. Yeah, no. I am the one who watches the kid in the morning. I have a beautiful wife who works full time, and I do the stay at home dad thing and full time artist. So we do not want the kid to pull an all nighter. We want him to go to sleep, so he is not an entire terror over there. Oh, this is a better angle. Yeah, exactly. Like you can see more of it over on here. What is the liquid soap made of? Liquid soap? I'm confused. Oh, guys, this has been an insane stream, and I super appreciate that. You guys have been awesome. What makes this even more special is like last week. I don't know if any of you were on here, but like we had some just, to put it bluntly, really shitty individuals over on YouTube that just decided to come in, and I was sadly in lack of a moderator, which I am not tonight. I have my niece joining in as my mod over on Twitch and YouTube. Sorry, it was my understanding there was information being given here, and I've always wanted to. Yeah, there is absolutely. It's cool that you said. Yeah, yeah. It is. I don't know. I like it. It's definitely weird, especially going out like that. But yeah, we do try to give information here. It was my understanding there was information being given here, and I've always wanted to know. I'm trying, but like, what is? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What is liquid soap made of? God, it went over my head, man. You like, it's been a really good stream now. Like TikTok has been going off. Like we got a lot of traction, a lot of followers over on TikTok. We got a lot more like some gifts over there, which is not something I get a lot. My first fucking raid over on Twitch, which has been great. Thank you. That's so damn cool. Um, Meeting the follower goal on Twitch now, that is sick as hell. So I'm gonna need to go to bed early after this. Yay. Fan club stuff over on TikTok. Get more heart. Eagle Master over on TikTok. Oh God. God damn. Thank you. Like, became the #2 fan of Toon Daddy in the fan club now. Toon Daddy giving me Road 4. Oh, God. Guys. Okay. To everyone, I had to figure out how to connect TikTok to the stream. So I will say, like, I'm Delucia Digital Photography over Twitch. I assume if you're talking about, like, I'm not sure exactly. Like, I know I've multi-streamed. I've actually done a multi-stream. Like, I currently use OBS as my stream platform. But I have OBS streaming to YouTube and Twitch. And then I have my phone sitting right in front of the screen, the monitor as well, so I can stream there. Mainly because the TikTok platform, like it interacts weird with OBS. Yeah, you can do it, but I think what happens is I lose out on like some really interesting features in TikTok when I do the multi-stream. And again, that might just be because of OBS. I don't know, but like I just reached 1,000 followers on TikTok, and I just got introduced to the creator shop. Someone sending a swan. Eagle Master sending a swan. No, guys. I don't think that's going to be enough to cash out, but that, guys, you are amazing, and I love you all. This is becoming clearly my most successful stream tonight. I thank you. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I do blame OBS as everything as a reflex. It's free, Toon Daddy, and yeah, God. All right. Yeah, but I will say OBS is free, so I kind of like that aspect of it. And Stream Elements is pretty cool to do the multi-stream, which again, free, super important when we do this. Started to mess up with me, so went to XSplit, and now I use Prism. Good to know. I gotta write this shit down, people. XSplit and Prism. Okay. I will check both of those out, Sage. Thank you for the information there. And Prism can multi. So what is X? Are XSplit? Is XSplit just a different? Okay. Sorry, I'm wildly flailing my arms around. Hopefully, I think that might also be just an issue with my computer. I'm in the process of building a new computer too. So it's something I will have to check out. So thank you for letting me know. The whole streaming process is a learning. You can run OBS through TikTok Live Studio as well. Thank you, Toon Daddy, over on TikTok. I will have to check that out. Like I said, I am still in the process of learning. Like just as being like we're gonna get philosophical here. Just like being an artist, there's always new stuff to learn. I feel like with content creation, it is the same damn thing. There's so much to learn, and you never stop learning. While I'm thinking of it, I'm actually part of an awesome creative community called The Web. Low Base Guy, thank you. All we do is support other creators. Most of us that came over in the raid are part of the Web's Twitch team. I'd love to invite you if you're interested. Absolutely, please send me that invite, Low Base Guy. I appreciate that. Like I try to get I always want to try to get on more. I know I don't watch enough streams on Twitch. Like I'm working, it's either watching the little guy or painting. And when I'm not doing either of those, I'm kind of relaxing in front of the TV, playing video games. We were just having to talk about that. Currently working through Mass Effect, the first Mass Effect, in the Legendary Edition. But yeah, please send me an invite. I would love to be a part of that. I'm always looking for more artists and creatives to connect with. Do you want the link here, or would you DM it to me? That I would appreciate that much, and that way I do not have to go and find it somewhere else again. So yeah, please DM me, Low Base Guy. I would super appreciate that. And yeah, Toon Daddy, always you have to always keep learning. That's just a big part. Um, Constantly learning, evolving, and changing. Lots of things to learn. And yeah, and I think it's also about like not only the learning but evolving too. Um, you're presently blocking whispers. Good to know. I apologize. I don't know if my mod is over on Twitch, but yeah, I will figure it out. There is a requirement that you give cake. Oh, okay. Look, I don't at me because I love to bake. I actually one of my for Christmas one year I got a why can I think of it? Claire Saffit's cookbook, Dessert Person, and she has a recipe in there for some banging chocolate chip cookies. I made a batch, and we have dough that's frozen in the freezer. So now, whenever I want, I can just pull out some dough and pop it on a pan and make some amazing chocolate chip cookies. Just stuff with little issues. Cool. I will again, Sage. Thank you for that. I will check XSplit and all that out. Um, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to unblock whispers, and I'm trying to figure that. Yeah, I haven't had a good. I need a good cake recipe. I gotta figure that out. Um, I gotta. I'm getting overwhelmed, guys. This is a lot. Okay, your live appears to be discussed. Yeah, 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 yeah. I Low Base Guy, I have to figure out how to do whispers. You know what, Low Base Guy, drop the link here in the chat because I will have to figure out how to unblock whispers at a later date. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you dropped it. God. All right, cool. Never mind. You're being awesome. If you want to unblock them, you can go to your career dashboard, settings. Where is my security? Put the batter in flat pot ice cream. Yeah. Oh, man. Betty Crocker has some good cake recipes. Yeah, yeah, they do. Like I said, I like a good like Claire Saffitz is my go-to for like desserts. She has a YouTube channel. I highly recommend. But oh my god, yes, cupcakes in fucking ice cream cones. So nostalgic right now. Goddamn, that brings back as a millennial kid who grew up in the '90s. Hell yeah, that brings back so many memories. Thank you for that. Safety center. Yeah. Hey, box cake mix is still box cake mix. Okay. Toon Daddy, yeah, my kid's ready for their intro. Oh, that's awesome, Toon Daddy. Like I said, I got a little guy too. He's 3, but he's in bed. So no choir thing like that, but that's awesome. Thank you again, Toon Daddy, for all the love and support, all the gifts. That is super appreciated. Have a nice night, man. Myers lemon squares, hell yeah. I Myers lemon squares are good. Lime squares are a step up and so much better. Like lemon squares are good, but like a lime square, like there was a bakery in my hometown that did lime squares, and that shit was amazing. I need to figure out how to do a good lime square. That's like a definitely one of those baking things that I need to figure out. This I swear this is an art stream. We sit and chat about art, but this is oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. I don't. It all depends. Like there are some amazing lemon squares, but like a lime square. Like I'm a sucker for lime. But yeah, it's very cakes are very tasty art. Like I've watched enough like like what is it? Cake like realer cake has been a thing. Like hell yeah. All right. I don't know why low base guy. I don't know why it is being like I cannot find in my creator dashboard right now the settings and all that. It's being bizarre. Count settings, maybe? I don't know. But I will figure something out. Like I said, low base guy, if you want to drop that link to the thing in here goes security and privacy. It was not in there. It was in the main settings. I think I got it. Then under privacy, privacy, uncheck block whispers from strangers. There we go. Unchecked block whispers from strangers, low base guy. I know we may have our differences about lemon squares and lime squares, but hopefully that won't prevent you from sending me over that link. And you DM me, awesome. Thank you for DMing me over there on Instagram too. Super appreciated. Made lemon squares for someone who hated instantly. Yeah, I was definitely as an early age. Lemon squares texturally were super weird for me, but as I grew older, I'm like, oh, this shit's good. Food is an art and a science. Good night, and sorry for being Mirazina. You are not a distraction. Thank you for joining the stream. I love chatting about anything, so you are not a distraction. I do hope you join again. I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, I'm glad we've come to an understanding, low base guy. I do greatly appreciate that. I'll be back in a bit, but I'll leave a lurk. Hell yeah, lurk away. We've all got flaws. Again, I don't hate lemon squares. Lemon squares are banging. But like I said, I don't. I also think the lime squares I had were from just an amazing baker, and it was like, oh shit. So again, going back to that thing, like baking is an art form, and sometimes they do some really good shit. All right, got it. Awesome, Mirazina. I appreciate it. I get the self-deprecating humor. I absolutely understand that. But yeah, appreciate you being on here. You have a good night, especially my Swedish viewer. So have a nice night, and again, thank you for joining and thanks for following all that stuff over on YouTube. That's super appreciated. Also, all this stuff, yeah. I don't. as far as cupcakes go, like I love cake and I love cupcakes. Storing all those baked goods are hard. That's why I like the cookies I made. I love because I made the dough or the batter for the cookies. I portioned them out onto trays, and like when I say more cookies, we're talking like big cookies, so like the nice like 4-inch round cookies. Um, I just have dough in my freezer that I can pull out, pop on a pan, bake it, and then I have a fresh baked cookie. That's the way to go with your baked goods. Cupcakes and regular cakes, it's so hard to store them sometimes, especially when you have cake that's just sitting in the box. Yes. Again, Claire Saffitz, an amazing baker. She has a cookbook, but it's her chocolate chip cookie recipe that I use. Why did I decide I want to do this webcomic in watercolor? Because you hate yourself? I don't know. That's a good question, but yeah. Oh man, watercolor's good though. You have a female. Yeah. Okay, yeah, very nice. Yes, the cookie batter. I sympathize on that. Yeah, yeah. Cupcake batter and ice cream cones in the freezer and just eat it. I mean, you could just maybe don't put raw eggs in there. I'm sure there's actually like there's cookie dough recipes without eggs that you can do that just so you don't get salmonella. And yeah, it is like watercolor. I love the watercolor medium. It is fantastic. Um, but it is very time consuming. And I say that as somebody who takes a long ass fucking time to paint an acrylic painting. Um, so yeah, it's little layers and everything like that. If you want a fantastic watercolor artist, if you want to try to find more just amazing watercolor artists, Velvet Mush, Michelle Avery Kosniak, she's a Philadelphia artist, good friend of mine. Amazing watercolors. Listen, I've eaten plenty of raw batter and dough. Only thing that's giving me sound, yeah, valid. I like I'm the same. I've eaten raw dough. Raw dough is great. Well, I'm not going to give my 3-year-old raw cookie dough head out. So I hope I'll see you another. Sage, thank you for joining. Thank you for following on. Thanks for following TikTok here on Twitch. Appreciate you. Appreciate you joining. Like I said, I will definitely check out your TikTok just to see everything. And I'm super excited to see the crochet um, border on your pieces. I'm excited for that. That's a really cool concept, and I hope it executes the way you want. But have a good night, Sage. Um, and stay weird, guys. We're coming to the end. Definitely starting to come to the end of the night, but I love that all of you guys was told that raw flour can be boring. Yeah, that was a thing I did not know too. Raw flour is definitely more concerning. Like actually, I forget what it was, but I actually did something and it actually requested that I bake the flour. I don't mix the flour in, but literally just spread flour on a tray and bake it to essentially kill anything in there. So that is something I did not know until maybe like a year or two ago. I forget what I was making at the time, but that was in fact a thing that who knew? So yeah, don't eat raw flour apparently. But like also that's weird. But I guess like there are enough like no bake recipes right now and some of them might include flour, so I think that might be part of the reason why. So again, you learn new shit every day. Look, you do you, Low Vegas guy. If you wanna just, I mean, that lurk. Like, is this? Am I the only one that remembers the cinnamon challenge? Please don't do this if you've never heard of it. Like, the cinnamon challenge was a weird thing where people were just eating spoonfuls of just like a massive spoon of cinnamon, and it was fucking weird. But I feel like that's a very similar thing to like just potentially eating raw flour. But please don't that. At least with the cinnamon, it's apparently you're not having as many health concerns. I have nightmares. Okay, what's worse, the cinnamon challenge or the milk challenge, where you just kind of like have to chug a gallon of milk? And this is barring any kind of lactose intolerance. Like I don't know. Like I've seen the cinnamon challenge, and it was like this is gross, but I feel that's more tolerable than yes, yeah. I would definitely okay. I mean, good for you, Eagle Mast, for doing the milk challenge. I more power to you. And yes, anything is edible at least once. Oh shit, guys, you have been so awesome tonight. I super appreciate everything. This has been a fantastic stream. Yeah, definitely, definitely made up from the stream last week. It was definitely not a fun stream, especially on YouTube with some really shitty people want to bring in their shitty ideologies. College, I would drink chocolate. No, nice. Drink chocolate milk instead of alcohol. Do, I'm, I don't know if I want to ask if like the chocolate milk did something for you that the alcohol didn't, but hey, the chocolate milk's good, man. That's the nice thing about having a kid. I have an excuse to buy chocolate milk instead of just being a grown ass man buying chocolate milk. I mean, I'll buy chocolate milk just as a grown ass man, but now it's even better. Hey, that's awesome. Never had a sip out. More power to you, man. Look, never, yeah, that never caved if that's not your deal. Like, I've had alcohol. I enjoy my whiskeys, but I am never. I hated the whole like drinking scene to just get shit faced and wasted. It's absolutely atrocious and it's stupid. But yeah, no one should ever be feel like you should never feel like you have to do that kind of shit. But like I'm a sucker for a good whiskey. And it's like I haven't like I've occasionally had one or two beers. Also, people say we Danes are crazy. Here we eat ordinary food. I mean, yeah. Look, I don't. we order. Look, I'm not. I can't. This is fucking America and just some weird bullshit. Like this is the country that like not here in Philly, but like I know in the Midwest, like fucking deep fried butter. I'm like, okay, that's a thing. So it is what it is. America's weird. Let alone all the other BS going on right now. Just regular America stuff is weird. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I'm also just. The stream tonight has been very great. Genuinely speaking, um, a lot of people have come through here, both YouTube, Twitch. All right, Mimi. But like seriously, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, you have all been amazing tonight. um, the the new followers, new subscribers on all the platforms. Thank you. That means a lot. The gifters over here on TikTok, amazing. That is more than I could have asked for. It's not something I was expecting to happen right away. The fan club stuff over here on TikTok, amazing. Low base guy, providing me my first raid here on Twitch. That means a lot. Um, I'm happy to be able to have this platform, be able to share it with you guys. I'm getting a little choked up. I do this. This is like it's legit. You guys, it's very much justifying. Like it's letting me know that what I am doing. Because to give you a little backstory of why Philly Art Dad is what it is now. Oh no. Um, Philly Art Dad came about because back in 2023, actually 2022 actually, I was laid off from another job. Like I was doing graphic design for a little bit. I was laid off from that job because they were consolidating a bunch of companies they bought back to their Chicago office, and that's not. I could not be moving my family to Chicago, especially when my wife makes more than me. Um, yeah. So I got laid off. And then while I was still trying to hold on to hope of getting a full time job, but it was just one of those things that was apparently not in the cards. So I started watching our kid full time, which has been awesome. He's a great little dude. But obviously not the first thing I thought I was going to be doing. Um, but it then came to be like, okay, I always had the like, yeah, in 5 years, I would like to be doing art full time. And it just happened like, okay, well, now the timeline got bumped up, so I need to now do art full time now, but I also need to watch the kid. And I've always had this idea of what Philly Art Dad could be, just sharing information that I have accumulated over my 15 plus years of being an artist and sharing that. Because again, I feel like one of the things that a lot of us have from, especially as if you are creative who went to school for art, they teach some good stuff, but I don't feel they teach everything. Fucking hell, guys. Eagle Master with the manifesting. Thank you. So thank. I'm glad you found. Yeah, I appreciate it. Twitch was like one of the. It was like that last outlier for me to do it, but I feel one of the things that started Philly Art Dad is like not a lot was taught about what it is to be an artist. Like they teach how to be an artist, like how to paint and all that shit. But nobody teaches you like the business side of things, the mental health stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes unsaid. So that's why Philly Art Dad was born and the platform was created so I can share this information. It's stuff that I've had to learn on my own for a long fucking time. And it feels wrong to just keep it my own. Like I've had a lot of people who have been awesome and provided me with a lot of assistance. So it felt only right to be able to share that with a community that would need that. There's a need for that, I think, in this community. And like I said, it's this is I don't like gatekeeping information. I want to make sure I share as much. So that's why I always say, like, if you have questions about the kind of stuff like you do as an artist, like I've done a whole series on preparing taxes, and I'm sure there's more stuff that I can do. And is it boring shit? Yes, but it's really important stuff for artists. But going back to what I was saying, like tonight's stream, guys, like there have been a lot of firsts, stream goals met, raids, a lot of gifts over on TikTok. It's that shit that's going to make this go further. Low base guy, unfortunately, I have a mean I have to get to. If I may make a suggestion, ending your stream with a raid is one of the best ways to support others, and it also gets your stream a little more attention. If Podunk Arts is still on when you end, she'd be a great raid target. See you soon. Thank you, Low Base Guy. I might just have to do that. I appreciate it. That way I can continue sending love to other people. But I think that's kind of like one of the biggest things is um, sharing that. So we're probably going to wrap up the stream soon because I also know I'm going to end up going to bed. Have a nice night, Low Base Guy. Again, thank you for the stream. The stream raid, that is super great. But yeah, you guys showing up today has made a lot of this solidifying, like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and it's absolutely resonating with people. So, Podunk Art. So, I think we're gonna TikTok. We're gonna scoot you over. I think we're gonna start the process of wrapping up the stream tonight, guys. I feel like this is a good way to end the stream. You have all been awesome. So yeah, let's see. Thank you. I do appreciate it, and I do hope you, Mimi. I hope you can find me on all my other platforms because like I love Twitch and I love being able to share the process. But I definitely think on a lot of my other platforms and on my website too, which is linked in my bio here on Twitch, you can see a lot of more of what I create. And yeah, we do have a kitty who's creeping in too. Now I just got to find how to raid somebody because I love that idea. And Low Base Guy did that for me. And I think I want to pass that love along. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Eagle Master Arts. Again, I'll probably go definitely check a lot of you guys out over on your platforms. Raid channel. Here we go. Let's design. Let's search because I love the idea of this. So we're gonna Podunk Art. It looks like they are currently streaming. Stream. Looks like Podunk Art is currently streaming, guys. So to pass on the love that Low Base Guy did for me, I am going to do the same for another creator because I think that is great. So we're gonna pass that. So TikTok, you're coming along for a ride too, because I'm not gonna end this little stream over here. I have not forgotten about you guys until we raid this person because I feel that's only right to take you along for the ride. You might not be able to see it, but hey. Let's start this raid, guys. I think I'm doing it right. I don't know. Start watching. So we got 3 viewers ready to raid on Twitch. We're doing this. We're passing on the love that Low Base Guy did for me. So yeah, got to do it. Thank you, Mimi. See you again. Thank you for joining. And again, feel free to join in. So we got 3 people to raid. Let's do it. We're raiding now. Hell yeah. It's been a good night, guys. I'm really stoked about all the love and support that you guys have been kicking out. We've successfully raided Podunk Art. Haha. I'm just waiting for the the chat to show up so we can start chatting with Podunk about rating their channel. We're rating right now, guys. Wants me to verify everything. Gotta love this. Verify. Making me jump through so many hoops. All right, TikTok, it's been a great night. Appreciate everything you've been doing here. I think we're going to close up the TikTok stream tonight. I really appreciate all the follows, all the gifts, and I hope to see you all next Wednesday. I might also do some impromptu streams during the week. So thanks again for joining in, guys. You have been fantastic. 326760. Have a nice night, guys, and stay weird over on TikTok. Have a nice one. All right. We have officially rated, guys. We're going to close up on our stream again